All right, I'm Kevin Califf. It's my 65 Mustang Fastback that I've been working on for a little while. This is what I've done pretty much most of my life, so I'm finally getting to do it on my own car, build my own. And I was the owner of Resto Mod Classics LLC, which I closed down a few years ago to somewhat retire and spend time with my daughter and do this work at home. Built myself a shop so I can do that with my daughter being around and watching. I got a Gen 3 Coyote, a 485 horsepower kit that I got straight from Ford, and a 6-speed transmission. Finally made a little progress on my own build here. I've just been chipping away at it, and I had set aside some time so I could at least get it painted and then start hopefully assembling some stuff. But I keep taking on stuff and doing more work. This was referred to me from the Mustang first generation restoration page on Facebook. So guys from out of Alabama, North Alabama, so he brought it to get some work done. And so I go back and forth while I wait on parts. I'll work on this. I need to wet sand it and buff it and all before I start putting parts on it, so I'm kind of debating, trying to figure out when I should do that, maybe tomorrow or maybe today. Went to order a wheel well housing for that car, and CJ ended up having a huge sale. So I bought just about everything for this car. So I got everything to put it together, just need to make some time. That's a 65, just a C-Coat 65 Fastback that I'm turning into a 66 style Shelby replica with the sapphire blue and the white stripes. One of my favorite colors other than orange, the poppy red. Yeah, and of course this one's getting the Coyote and the 6-speed engine in their drivetrain. I haven't test fitted any of that. I'm just assuming or hoping that it just goes right in and I don't have to cut anything anymore. I don't know. We'll get to that when the time comes. Meanwhile, I just want to kind of tidy it up and get it together. I was sick of looking at it in primer for 5 years. The goal is to get it done by summer. This car leaves. I'm full-time on this car. It shouldn't take me long from here on. I have a bunch more pieces to paint, but that's not a big deal. So it's just a matter of putting that interior together and throwing that engine, which I have no idea what I'm doing as far as it's new territory to me. This was a project that was supposed to take place 4 years ago, and Coyotes have been done so many times now within the last 4 years that the information's all out there. So I'm not stressing too much about it. Plus, the good friend of mine, Brad McJunkin, who I've painted several cars for, he's done Coyote swaps in all of them, so he doesn't live far. And part of the deal I made on the last car I painted for him is that he comes down here and helps me with all the fuel system, electrical, and things like that. It's going to have a tank ink, which is the electronic fuel injection with all the pumps and everything in it. Nothing major. I've already done torque boxes on it to stiffen up the front. Of course, subframe connectors and things like that. Yeah, it'll have the brake scoop, functioning brake scoops. I got the a brand new 9-inch rear end true track, so Detroit locker style, coilovers and all that stuff. All the goodies. But you know me, I like when you look at this car, when you open the doors or when you stand outside of it and look at it, I want it to look like a Mustang. I'm not a big fan of all when you open the door and it's got all the digital stuff and it's got the big TMI console and big old seats that take up the whole room. I like it when you're sitting in there, I want you to remember that you're in a 65 Mustang. Now granted, this is going to be a 66 style, so a couple of differences on the interior. But overall, when you're driving it, you're driving a Mustang. I mean, I'm going to put the original stereo in there, or radio I should say. Possibly add a backup nice sound system inside the console, a stock console. But when you open that hood, that's where the difference will come into play. And of course, I plan on racing the car. So I'm not just building this thing to say, look at all the stuff I got on there. And a lot of people do that. They just throw brands at it, this and that, and go, oh, here it is. But overall, nothing mates together and nothing works together. Just looks cool. This I'm building to truly perform at the track and at the drag strip. The hard part, or the time-consuming part, is over, which was all the body work and all that. Luckily, the car still maintained its original quarters, roof and everything, and original doors that were near flawless. Can't say that about the rest of the car. Cowl, floors, things like that are all new. Fenders, trunk lids, stuff like that. But the body was all original to where I didn't have to do all the cutting and splicing and all that stuff. So it saved a little time. Next is to wet sand it, get all the dirty stuff out the way, and then headliner, interior, all that stuff. I still got quite a bit of painting to do inside here. But it came up pretty straight, really nice and straight. Now, once it gets wet sanded, of course, it's gonna look really clean and shiny, like all the paint jobs I do. Pony, the deluxe pony interior, white. I spent a lot of time on a hood that's sitting out there, you know, get it all prepped and ready. And then when I went to sand the underside, it was completely rusted out. So I decided to scrap that project and bite the bullet. And $1,000 later, I bought a Shelby hood from Tony Branda, fiberglass hood. I was gonna go with metal with the hood scoop and everything, which I had it all dialed in and ready to paint. And then I'm like, all right, let's do the bottom side. And it was just Bondo and everything caked on. So once I took all that out, it had holes and that wasn't gonna fly. So yeah, so my hood should actually be here tomorrow. I got a hood, a Shelby rear seat delete, and my side glasses for the Shelby windows. Those should all come in tomorrow. I still need brakes, so I got a set of bare brakes, 6-piston bare brakes coming. I need the stopping power, but at the same time, I really like the torque thrust 15-inch rims, but I won't be able to put those on. So I'm limited to 17-inch rims, and the 17-inch torque thrusts don't really give it the look of a 15-inch where you got more rubber and all that. Yeah, that'll be the next major expense is the brakes, fuel system, upholstery, and clutch system, the hydraulic clutch for that whole setup. That's another huge expense. 6-speed manual, yeah. I'm a big manual fan, you know that. Automatics won't do it for me. Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely excited that you gave me a call saying that you're going to be in town and you're going to swing by. So that's always awesome to see you. Seeing your car online, man, I can't even explain it. It's just so beautiful and so rewarding all around. I'm glad you're enjoying it. And like always, it seems like you do happen to come through the town, so I get to see you on and off. It's pretty cool. And I can't wait till the next time, hopefully before Cruisin the Coast. But hey, if it's Cruisin the Coast, it is, and we'll have a good time. We can, this time, I'll have a car that'll resemble yours in a way as far as looking like a Shelby, so we can both enjoy that. Reading the stats on some of this stuff, the braking period, man, is pretty crazy. I mean, just the clutch, it's, as far as the warranty and all that goes, it's 500 miles before you can actually supposedly stomp on it. So you got that going on. Transmission, 300 miles. Engine, I'm assuming, I mean, just like any other engine, several hundred miles to really feel comfortable beating on it. So hopefully get it done this summer, put some miles on it, and be ready for October.